changed my life. I changed my life. I changed my life. I changed my life. My life is purified. I'm a phoenix. Watch me fly. I changed my life. I changed my life.
Hey, this is the Christopher Complex, aka Christopher Brown. Christopher Brown. Anyway, guys, just wanted to come at you again with some good stuff. Keep you going, keep you just fired up, and we are talking about keeping fired up. So, if you have been on defense all your life, have you been on defense all your life? What I mean by that is, maybe you're grooming from your parents, from your colleagues, from work, from so many different things, what you read, what you watch, has kept you on defense, and you know what to do to get to the next step. But maybe you're trying to score on defense, and you really need to just flip it and put your players in position and put them on offense. You are your players. Your many different sides, your many different attributes, who you are, who you stand for, that beast inside you that you've been holding back. Maybe you've just been on defense for such a long time that you're trying to score on a defensive side, or you're on defense and you're trying to score. So most of the time what you're doing is you're trying to get an interception in your life. You're trying to get a big score, but you're still on defense. And the other team has been driving you down the field nice and slow, couple of yards at a time, just nice and slow. And you've gotten so used to being on defense, but you know that you can get that occasional interception. So look at it this way. If you know football, your other side could be a representation of the goals that you want, the environment that you're in, the people that you're around, the problems that you face. So those problems, those people's, those environments are just slowly getting you downfield, and you're slowing them down, but they're continuously progressing to get to their side to make a touchdown. And you're hoping that they make a mistake where you can finally either intercept, create a turnover or something like that, and then you can see if you can get the ball back. But for some reason, their offensive side is just so good that even when they make a mistake, they still recover, and you're still going back. It's that saying of every time I make progress, every time I take a step forward, it's like 2 steps back. You know what? If you feel like that, you've been on defense. And you've been on defense so long, and your defense has been playing on the field, you don't even know where your offensive line is at. You don't even know where your quarterback is at. You think your linebackers are your quarterbacks. And you got to get off of defense. You got to finally make a play. Don't look for the interception. Make a play and stop the other side so you can get on offense. Or is it so bad that you just want to play defense anyway, and you just say, hey, guys, we just want to be out here on defense. I'm on the practice squad. I just want to be on defense only. You cannot play the game that way. It's 2 sides to the game, offense and defense. And that saying goes, sometimes the best defense is a great offense. So if you haven't fired that ball, if you haven't thrown that ball out for a score, run the ball down that field, if you haven't done your plays, if you haven't set up plays on offense, maybe it's time to sit down and strategize what your offensive coordinator needs to do. You are your offensive coordinator. You need to sit down and start thinking of some plays. And maybe you haven't committed to doing that because you know if that offensive person inside you gets unleashed, the beast will come out. And a lot of times when we read these books, when we check out these guys that got blogs, vlogs, or whatever they have, we're usually looking at how to be an offensive player. So there are people in our world that, you may love, you may hate. You could say our presidents, whichever ones it is. If you hate Obama or if you hate Trump or love Obama or Trump, those guys are playing offense and defense. And sometimes they play a little bit more offense. And you can't understand why they keep scoring. They keep scoring because they're playing offense. And you just keep playing defense. You keep playing defense and you just been on that defensive line. If you know, like going back to football, sometimes you could be on that defensive end. You could be on the field so long that you start wearing out, and you start saying to yourself, "Man, when are we going to get to score? When are we going to get off this line?" And you keep bringing in defensive players, and you're saying, "Okay, this guy's tired. Let's bring in another defensive player," but you just wore out the entire defensive line. So going back to Trump and all these presidents or people and business leaders, and you want to know how they keep scoring, because they keep throwing that ball. They keep scoring. They keep firing. They are on offense. They are on defense, but they are on offense. And have you been on offense? So it could be as simple as, what is my next play in business? What is my next play at work? What is my next play in life? Is your next play in life, again, another defensive play? You just keep defending. Or even worse, maybe you are on offense and you just suck. And I just hate to say it like that, but if you do, get some skills, get some tools, and get a better offense, because you got to score. And you're hoping maybe your defensive line will score for you by doing an interception. Maybe your offensive line is just that bad. So if it is, let's bone up. This is the reasons why people like me and people that have done this before me, you want to get somebody that can really get you to that level. If it's Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone, if it's a sales book that you haven't read, if it's a seminar that you need to go to, you have to read something every single day. You have to go to environments where you can immerse yourself in getting better on offense and maintaining your defense or getting better on defense so you can get on that field. But getting back to, have you been on defense so long that you don't even know what to do with your offense? It's time to figure that out. It's time to figure that out. And the reason why these guys keep winning is because they keep scoring. And sometimes their offensive line might just be a big brute beast, but they're still trying to go deep. They're still trying to throw the long bomb on you, or they're still trying to, hit it out of the park. So again, have you been on defense so long that you are not scoring because you're not on offense and you're looking for that interception, that lotto ticket that you're trying to win? That's $383 million today, and you got to play before 10 o'clock. That's an interception. That is a freaking interception. And if you're playing against, a really good team, that may not happen. You may not get that interception that you want. Are you able to stop doing that and say to yourself, let's bone up, and what is our offense? And it could be just a simple thing as, again, I said a little earlier, but we're going to get into it a little deep. You have a beast inside you that you are probably afraid of, because you know that if you ever got on offense, and people get really, really turned off by that word offense, meaning offensive, you're afraid that beast is going to come out and just unleash hell on everything. Maybe not hell, maybe just heaven. Maybe those that are around you that can't handle the beast have been trying to keep you in a defensive mode. Maybe you need to let the beast finally come out and just start firing. Maybe you have an armada of weapons, of bullets, of anything, spears, whatever it is. Maybe you can shoot so much. Maybe you can hit the three. Maybe you can throw the long bomb, and everybody's been telling you, keep it contained, keep it small, keep it contained and small. Don't do it. Don't come out. Maybe you growl too much. Maybe people's feelings get hurt. Maybe you have to do that, let that beast out, and then curb the beast to the point where at least progress is happening, and things are going the way that you want them to go, and you just say, hey, I'm sorry that this had happened like that, but I just had to break this pattern that we were in. I had to make this breakthrough. It's time to be on offense, not be offensive, but on offense. Be aggressive. It's time to be aggressive. I know a lot of people hear that word aggressive, and sometimes it's gotten played out, but let's look at it like a game. Let's look at it like baseball. When you're at bat, remember, 200 batting average is great. Goes back to the 80-20 rule. Keep swinging. Get on offense. Get your batting skills up better. Throw that ball faster. Run. Learn how to run faster. And what's your 4-4, as they say? Get better on offense. So what is your offense? Everything that you want to do has a goal, and you put on your goal sheet, these are the things that's going to make this goal come to pass. And you freaking fire, and you fire all the time, and don't think about it. Just keep firing, because all that time you've been on defense, or all that time you've been on the bench, either studying, researching, trying to figure out what you need to do, is at the time where you got so much information that the only thing you can do is start shooting. Shoot for the target, hit the target, aim for the target, do an onslaught. Just 10x, as Grant Cardone would say in his book. Just keep firing. And when you start to hit the target, your metrics will come up. You'll start to see what's working. You'll start to see what's not working. And the fact that you're firing, you will also see that people will say, this dude or this young lady is firing. They're shooting for something. Remember that saying, shoot for the stars? Well, shoot. Shoot as much as you possibly can. Get a machine gun of activity and just keep shooting bullets of activity. Just fire away. Get an armada. If you just get your Navy ships, get your airplanes, get your spaceships, get your horses, get your archers, get everybody out there inside you out, and just go for it. Just keep going for it. And when you start to see what is hitting, those metrics will tell you this is working, that's not working. Then as soon as you get that, you fire more at that target. And again, when people start to see that you're firing, you'll be amazed that they'll start to offer up help, and then you'll get allies. But you can't get those allies if you're always just defending the castle and running back. If you're always running back, if you're always subdued, you got to fire. And if you have a cause, if you're a champion for something, you'll get allies even faster. Tell people what you're doing. That is one way to shoot. I'm telling you what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. Do an activity that comes close to your accomplishments or your goals or the achievements that you want. That is also how you shoot. Getting prepared, learning your craft, learning your scales, singing more, all of those things help. But you got to start doing things that people can actually see that as a result. So if you are a painter, paint a picture and put it up somewhere. Find a white wall, find a brick wall, and say, hey, I want to show my work for free. Can I use your wall and just make your restaurant beautiful? Write a song, and don't just write a song and then put it in a book. Put it out there. Say to somebody, hey, I write songs. Even if the song sucks, keep writing them. As a songwriter, you're going to write a lot of songs, and they're not all going to be great. That's what we got to understand, is that they're not always going to be great. The play that you make is not going to be great, but just keep making the play. Keep making a play, because those people that start to see what you are doing are going to say, okay, this is how you get better at making that play. I see you. I think that's a African or proverb or something that they do. I see you. You want to be seen. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. I remember when Dak Prescott got on the scene, there was big controversy with him and Tony Romo. But what Dak Prescott and the Cowboys did that year is they kept firing. They kept firing on offense. And they fired fast, strong. They didn't even have the entire playbook on the field. And they got to the playoffs. And, of course, the playoffs is a different arena. They didn't make it so far. but they kept firing. And as they were firing and as they were winning, and they were winning against teams that they should have lost to, as they were winning, people started to just become closer to them and look at them and say, this might be something that's real. That's what you want. You want to fire off where people start to say, this might be real, and I think I might need to help this out, or we need to concentrate on this more. It's like in sports. This looks real, because sportscasters and analysts will say, hey, is this team for real? They're basically saying that about you. If you're on defense all the time and you're not playing your offensive side, no one's really going to take you as a real threat. That's really what it means. Is this for real? So have you been on defense so long that you don't even know what your offensive line looks like? You don't even know what your offensive side looks like. You don't even know what your transition looks like. If you like basketball and you've been on defense and the other team scores, where's your rebound? Do you rebound? Do you set up? What's your transition like? It happens all the time to a lot of us because society, friends, family, environment, things that we're reading, things that we're not reading, things that we're not learning, are all training us to be on defense, to be accepting, to be ready to take the punch. But here's the good thing about being on defense so long. If you've been taking punches, could be a simple punch of can't pay the bills on time, can't feed my family the quality food that I want to feed them, don't have enough money to work on my project that I really think is important, tired of dealing with the urgencies, tired of dealing with all of the emergencies. I want to deal with what's important to me. Can't save enough money for a house. Wife is not happy. Husband's not happy. Kids are not getting what they want. Don't have enough time to go to school. Don't have enough time to work on my project when I get home. Somebody got sick. Somebody's not healthy. Somebody just passed away. If you're taking all those punches, boss is not happy, not producing fast enough. Some young kid came in and did 20 things faster than I did, and I've been doing this for 10 years. Whatever all of those things are, or the rent's still going up, salary still staying the same or going lower, got demoted, whatever those punches are. If you've been taking all those punches and you haven't been knocked out yet, or maybe you've been knocked down, but you haven't been knocked out yet, that says that you have stamina. You have so much defensive stamina. If you ever get in a fight and you finally get your breath up and you get that courage and you get that urge and you get that lion's roar, you get that dragon's fire, you get that phoenix to just come up and fly off and get real white hot and burn. If you've ever been in a fight where you're losing and then all of a sudden something in you snaps and you say, you know what, I'm not taking these punches anymore. So if you ever said, I'm not taking these punches anymore, when you say that, initially you're still taking punches, but you've gotten so strong, almost supernaturally strong, that you're taking 2 or 3 punches before you start to strike back, and strike back hard. And the other person's not paying attention. Their body hasn't been conditioned like your body has been conditioned, or your spirit has been conditioned, or your mind has been conditioned, and you start fighting back and punching back. You could take a punch unguarded and still hit, and it ain't gonna affect you like some other people will be affected, especially people that's always on offense and don't know how to take a hit. Especially people that's been on offense and don't know how to take a hit. So there's benefits to being on defense so long. The benefit is you have the stamina to take what life has been throwing at you. And half the time it's not life throwing it at you. It's just life has not been giving you what you want because you haven't gone for it. You didn't go for the touchdown on second. You didn't go for the touchdown on third or fourth or even first. You didn't go for the 3. You're sitting there waiting for the triangle to set up. Just go for it sometimes. Or you don't have the star player. You are the star player. Convince yourself that you are the star player. But if you've been on defense so long, I want you to understand that you have so much stamina in you, that when you snap and say, I'm not taking these punches anymore, you could take 2, 3, 4 more blows, and then when you start striking back, the other side is going to get hit hard because they're not used to you actually hitting back, striking back with your armada, with your Navy ships coming at them, with your jet fighters coming at them, with your dragons coming at them if you're a Game of Thrones person. If you start striking back like Mike Tyson, like Muhammad Ali, more like Muhammad Ali with grace. If you ever seen him fight George Foreman and you just start fighting back, think about that fight. He took so many punches that the other person wore out. Knock him out. But you got to strike. And when you take one strike, you got to keep throwing a strike, throw a kick, throw another punch, throw an elbow, throw a knee, throw a slam, whatever it is that you got to do, just keep going. And when you think that the enemy is defeated, no, you got to keep going at him. And then you find somebody else. Come at him like Braveheart. Come at him like Bruce Lee. Just keep throwing fire. Throw nuclear warheads at him. Throw everything at him. Get the lion in you to come out. The scorpion in you to come out. The ram. Hit him like a ram. Hit him hard. Just keep hitting him. Hit him like a freaking hammer. Bang away. Just bang at it. Break the wall. Keep going. And even if they're hitting you, you got so much stamina because you've been on defense so long. You just needed a breath. You just needed to snap out of it. You just needed to say, this is it. I'm not taking these punches anymore. Get on offense and start working on your project. So if you got 5 minutes tonight, take the 5 minutes and be appreciative that I have 5 minutes to work on my project. Take the best 5 minutes because the 80-20 rule tells you all you need is to do that 20% to make 80% of the results. 20%, 80% of the results. Have you been on defense so long you haven't even known that it was your time to be on offense? Do you play chess that way, checkers that way, spades that way, whatever it is? Do you play all your games on defense? If you want to know why these guys win all the time. I remember I was learning how to play chess, and I learned I was always on defense until my chess teacher said, no, just strike, fire. Don't worry about losing men. Worry about your strategy and winning. And he showed me how to win. Boy, this town, every day was just... So, and he showed me how to win. Set your pieces up the right way. Don't worry about losing a pawn or two or a bishop. Set them up. Win. Get the points. Get the points. And again, when you start striking, when you start firing on your goals, your dreams, on your craft, on your ideas, you'll see that allies will come and they'll say, this person is for real. This is serious over here. Again, look at a sports team. A sports team that's not doing anything and they make a turnaround. People will always start to say, is this for real? They're going to evaluate, is this for real? Because no one wants to jump on something risky. That's fine. Just keep firing away. This is the Christopher Complex. Have you been on defense so long you don't even know you're on offense? Get on offense. Let's fire. Let's shoot. Don't worry about, are you ready? Do you have enough bullets in the chamber? Some ally will come in and help you out. Even if you're the only one standing outside facing an army with bullets and you got a sword, just go ahead. You'll be surprised how much magic comes out of you and you'll be able to defend yourself. You can be that hero in that movie. All those heroes' journey movies that we've been watching, like The Matrix, remember, eventually when they snapped, when Neo snapped at the end, he was able to beat all of the armies by himself. And you can do the same thing too. You just got to get on offense. Get on offense. Keep your defense. Make your defense better. If you've been on defense, you have the stamina that most people on offense don't have. Look at some of these people in our world, and anytime they get a body blow, I don't care if you like Trump or not, sometimes this year he took a body blow and boy, his reaction wasn't that cool. I'm not picking if you like Trump or not, I'm just using him as an example. Same thing happened to Barack. If you don't like Barack, same thing happened to him. When he took a body blow, boy, watch and see what happened. It's the same thing. Anyway, this is Christopher Complex. Also Christopher Brown. Getting with you. Just want you to be the best that you can be. Check out the other podcasts. Leave me some comments. You can catch me on Twitter if you want to talk to me at The Chris Complex on Twitter. Hit me up. We have some interviews coming. Just check out the podcast. We're going to be interviewing a lot of people and just giving a lot of insight and stuff like that. Talk to you soon.
I changed my life. I changed my life. My life is purified. I'm a